school. Never mind what your parents told you. Disregard what your friends say. From now on, the only people you need to listen to are these guys. For the next several minutes, they'll take you on a journey through the political jungle. When your journey is over and you're safe at home, they promise you'll be stronger, smarter, and just plain better. So buckle up, hang on to your ears, because your journey starts now.
All right, ready? Now? Is this on? The mic's on. It's hot, Mike? All right, now. All right, here we go. All right. When I have nothing to do, and I mean absolutely nothing to do, I'll listen to the Adagio with Nate and Brian. There, how was that? Because that's all I'm going to do. No, I'm not going to say they're funny. They're not funny. I'm not going to say they're smart. They're definitely not smart. I'm done. That's all I'm going to do. Okay. Now, can I have my cookie?
I'm going to punch the person
who played that,
who voice acted that at some point randomly tonight.
It's a good thing he's not here.
So, yeah. All right.
Well, welcome to the Adagio. I'm Brian.
Thank you. Oh, I'm Nate.
And today is Thursday, September 6th, and summer is almost over. We're in the Freedom Studios on the 15th floor of the Patriot Towers in Liberty City. Where at, Nathan?
Nuku. We're in Greenland.
Where it's really cold and icy.
It is, which is weird. And over in Iceland, it's
nice and
also
warm
cold and icy.
No, it's warm and pleasant. It's summer. Gets up to 50.
I did a bit of research on Iceland.
You did not.
I did.
You're lying.
I did over the yesterday.
Okay.
There's not many people. No, Greenland. I'm sorry, not Iceland. There's not many people that live there.
No,
There's population of like 55,000 or something, and
20,000 seals, and
almost all of them live in the capital city of like Nuku or something like that.
Nuku,
and there's no roads that connect the cities.
Really?
Yeah.
What do they fly?
Well, they just don't visit the other cities.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, or you fly, or
everybody in the other cities are dinks.
Yeah.
Nobody likes them.
Or I guess you take a boat around, but it's because they're all along the shore, and there's
mountainous.
Well, there's water. There's
fjords.
That's it. Yeah, good job.
Hi, fjord.
and you just can't get around him because the jerk won't move.
All right,
Mr. Fjord.
I hate fjord.
How do you know that?
I'm a geologist.
What happened?
I learned that in Fjord 101. Apparently, they have dogs in Greenland.
I will tell you that's the first time that I've actually appreciated your geologistness.
Really, the first time?
Yeah, the first, and probably the last.
You know what? all those nice, pretty rocks you have out in your yard.
I have some. What are you gonna?
I'm gonna throw one at you.
You're gonna label them all?
No, come on with a little white paint, granite, sandstone, basalt.
Ooh, there's probably a lot of those out there.
That's my guess. All right, so sad news.
Okay.
Last week, we're still mourning on the 37th day of John McCain funeral. John McCain watch.
Yeah. Holy cow, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, holy cow.
The Dems really loved him.
Look, I don't want anyone to die.
No.
Most people, I don't want to die.
Right. Every man's death diminishes me.
Sure, but I mean, he coordinated his own funeral, right? Like he put everything together, and I assume it went off relatively close.
What I'm planning to do.
Yeah. Well, you don't
throw me in a big oven and throw my ashes. I have a special spot for them.
Could you not turn it into a political circus?
Oh, it won't be.
Okay, good.
I'm going to have my ashes put in Donald Trump's 18th hole of his golf course in the sand trap.
Are you?
That'd be pretty cool. Huh?
That would be kind of cool.
He's in there swearing, "Damn it! I can't get out of this trap."
He's not that good of a golfer, right? So he probably.
I don't know.
Probably.
I'm sure he's in the trap. He probably doesn't have any.
Trap. None.
His greens are like half the fairway.
Yeah.
Well, I'm on the green and one.
And he pays someone to putt for him.
It's terrible. I'm sure he's just a wonderful golfer.
No, I think he's not that good.
He likes to golf.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
My dad said that's a sport you can play well into your 20s and 30s.
If you're lucky.
No, into your 80s and 90s.
You want to know what's actually really sad that I just realized? I haven't played a single round of golf in my 30s.
That is sad.
Yeah,
I was thinking of it the other day that you and I should go out and play sometime.
Real depressing. Yeah.
When the weather gets a little cooler and the rates go down.
The other
let's rent a car
in the winter.
Yeah. Hardly anybody's playing. There's no wait time.
Some of the courses around here had pretty good deals on Labor Day, like no greens fees, like just rent a cart and you can golf.
Huh.
Because there's no one around here on Labor Day.
They all leave.
Yeah.
They go up north to the great north
or
up
they're
there.
driving home or whatever.
Yeah. Well, that was interesting.
What was?
Sidetracking on golf. Let's play though. I haven't played in years.
Yeah.
I should go to the range.
Here's
first.
the other sad.
Why don't we just go to the range?
The other telling thing is I have a fair number of people that ask me to go golfing with them every year, and I just don't.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah.
Well, you're kind of a busy young man right now. You've got kids and jobs and several careers, and you got two mistresses on the side. They take up a lot of time, so I understand.
Yeah, they do.
I know. So John McCain, lots of stuff. What did Shakespeare say that a man? What does it say? A man's evil lives long after he's dead.
Do you know why?
That was Julius Caesar.
Shakespeare did so well in school?
No, why?
Because he didn't have to study Shakespeare.
Oh, that makes it so much easier.
I know.
Really? We're starting with jokes. We usually end with a joke.
No,
Someone else passed away just today.
I was going to say something inappropriate about jokes, but I won't. Burt Reynolds. That's the reports that I've seen everywhere. Yeah. 82 years old. I don't know, heart attack, I heard.
Yeah. His signed photo is in a bar up in Traverse City.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Traverse City, Michigan, where they had the Cherry Capitol Playhouse for years, and a lot of those stars from the 50s, 60s, and 70s played summer stock theater up there. And they would frequent the local pubs. And
okay.
So this one place had a lot of stars from that era up on their wall of their bar.
Cop and a Half, the best.
Didn't get good reviews, did it?
I don't care.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Really?
Was that the little kid or something? What's Cop and a Half?
It's the little kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little kid witnesses a murder, I think, and he's 8. He must be 8, and he has always dreamed of being a cop. And he said they're trying to get him to give information about the murder, and he says, "Make me a cop, and I'll give you information." So then Burt Reynolds, who is like a gruff, mean cop whose partner died, and so he doesn't want a partner, but you don't learn that till later, so I spoiled it for you. They assigned him to him because he said he wanted to be with him, and then it's a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
And they catch the bad guys. It's a good one.
Spoiler alert. All right.
Cop and a Half.
Can we kill the dog? Why is the dog barking?
I really don't know.
I know why. Somebody left the window open.
No, I closed them because one of the mistresses yelled about the windows being open. Yeah,
dominatrix. She's really bad.
No,
she had a riding crop up there. I don't know what that was about.
Okay.
She said it was a leash for some toy.
Which, first of all, doesn't sound any better. Can we get back to our family programming here?
Sure. Burt Reynolds passed away.
Yeah.
I want to talk. Let's spend some time on, because no one's covering this. The Nike Kaepernick.
I haven't heard.
Okay, so let me tell you. Yeah, so Kaepernick, if you remember, he's a quarterback that played for the 49ers. What's that?
It's a mug. Got it for free. My wife did.
Okay.
It's nice blue color.
Almost kind of a sky blue.
It's more interesting than Colin Kaepernick. That's what I'm saying.
It's colon, I think.
I think it's robin's egg blue.
Maybe.
It's actually made out of robin's eggs.
Excellent. You have to be very careful with it. Everything takes a yoki.
Okay, what do you want to talk about?
Everybody's in an uproar. You either love the guy or hate the guy. Listen, this is America. And in America, you can pretty much do what you want.
Uh-huh.
And they say it's disrespectful to all the veterans, but I've talked to some veterans, and some of them are really pissed about it.
Have you been on the internet?
Others are like,
many of them. Whoa.
Others support him because they said, we
the
fought
problem.
for freedom. Yeah, it's you.
I apologize for all the noise.
Yeah, that's all right.
I have to whisper for a second here.
We're on NPR now.
Oh, that's better. Okay, there we go.
Public radio.
Holy cow. That sounds so much better.
Huh.
But now it's too hot. Okay, I'll fix it. This is
Boy.
ridiculous.
Let's do it at the break.
We took a week off and everything
I
went
know.
to hell.
Well, somebody's been in the studio, Steve, rearranging stuff.
Ugh.
You're either free or you're not. So listen, if you want to not take you don't want to stand up for the national anthem, more power to you. You want to kneel, fine. You want to stand up, fine. I think that his reason for protesting is flawed, and I think it's somewhat of a fallacy with the police brutality and shooting, all unarmed black people. That happens, but it happens to white people as well. But
so I think
let them protest.
I think the argument
And
that
you don't have to buy Nike.
the argument that he's an American, so he has freedom, so it's okay, is ridiculous. Because
Tell me why.
because it's as ridiculous as the people that are saying it should be illegal to do it. I mean, that's the reason, right? He has the freedom to do it for sure, but that doesn't guarantee that he'll be able to keep his job in the NFL.
No, I didn't
It
say
doesn't
anything.
guarantee that people are going to just roll over and take it.
I was going to get to that eventually.
But you didn't.
No, you interrupted.
I know, and I got to it, and here we are.
I was going to say, on the other hand, he had a contract, and depending on what his contract said, he paid a price for that, and he's paying a price for it.
But now the issue is that Nike hired him essentially as a spokesperson or whatever. He's got an endorsement deal with Nike, and so everybody, well, I mean, half of the people hate Nike now, right? Which, fine. That's Nike has the freedom to hire whoever they want,
Sure.
and you have the freedom to either buy Nike or not buy Nike.
Right. There's the hypocrisy in there with the child labor and the cheap labor that Nike uses overseas, and if you want to support oppression of people, you might look at something like that.
Yeah, of course. But, I mean, that hypocrisy exists everywhere, right? I mean, look at...
On the other hand, you can look at that and say, if Nike wasn't over there, those people wouldn't have jobs at all, even if they're only making 20 cents a day.
Yeah. Look, I mean, the people that say they're not going to buy Nike, most of them probably weren't buying Nike anyway. And then on the other side, the liberals that are saying they're going to buy Nike, they probably aren't. And it's going to be a wash. There were a bunch of reports, Nike stocks fell 3%. Well, so did Adidas the same day, and they didn't have Colin Kaepernick on their payroll as far as I know.
They had me.
They had you.
Bad.
So, I mean, look.
When I signed that contract, I told them it wasn't going to be good.
Yeah, don't do it. Under Armour, who hired me, their stock went up that day.
Huh.
It's just weird. Look, the markets fluctuate day to day, hour by
Boy,
hour,
do
minute
they.
by minute. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, what we're seeing is...
I still watch the NFL. I will still buy Nike just as much as I ever did, and it has nothing to do with protests or Kaepernick or who. Look, I don't know.
Okay, well, I'll ask you about buying something later if we get to it later.
Okay.
Do we want to do any of the SCOTUS hearing?
Yeah, I guess we can do that. Where do you want to start?
Well, we could start. Oh boy. Well, we can start with lots of disruptions, right? There's this stuff going around saying that there were a lot of protesters there that were being paid. There were people saying they saw cash exchanged out in parking lots and stuff. I don't have a problem with protesters, but I don't know that they need to be inside protesting. I guess there's a certain decorum that you'd like to see, but it is America again. And
is there no? I mean, what kind of security is there to get in there?
Not much.
And there probably shouldn't be.
You're right. It's a public open meeting.
Yeah. I don't know.
They said people were waiting like 24 hours before the hearing.
You're allowed to carry a sign in there?
I guess.
Yeah.
Actually, with some of the people were being asked, and disruptive, they were... it took quite a while for any kind of security to even show up, so I don't even know where they were.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's interesting.
But there were 73 people arrested that first day, I guess. Charges unlawful demonstration activities. I don't know what
That's
that
weird,
means.
isn't it? It's tough.
Wait a minute. 66 people were charged with disorderly conduct, the catch-all. But I like this one. 6 were charged with crowding. Hey, quit crowding me.
Huh.
Obstructing or incommodating. Hey, you're crowding me. Can't go into the men's room there. I'm not accommodating you there.
Yeah.
What is crowding, obstructing, or incommodating?
I think it's like being in people's ways. And
yeah, how is that different from disorderly conduct?
Yeah, it's just you throw different ones in, so
Sure.
it feels like you did a little
See
work.
if something sticks.
Yeah.
So there were a lot of protesters there. We've got a soundbite a little bit with when Feinstein asked questions about assault weapons and why did you write that dissenting opinion in D.C. about allowing assault weapons in D.C. and assault weapons, and he didn't fall for it. He called them semi-automatic weapons. Mm-hmm. And there was a discretion because he was saying, Scalia talked about weapons that were in common use. And he compared the semi-automatic rifle with semi-automatic handguns. Mm-hmm. As you know, some can shoot the same kind of, ammunition. You can have semi-automatic rifle 9mm and 45s and so on. And so he was looking at it from that point of view, that the handguns are legal and rifles are, millions of people own and possess them. And she kind of went crazy.
Well, I mean, she continued being crazy, you mean?
It's okay. Whoops.
Are you going to play something?
What did I click on it for? Yeah, I'm going to play something here. This is well into it. She went on. She preached about herself and what a great job she did with the weapons ban in the 90s and how it really worked, even though all the data suggests it didn't really make any difference at all. But she's patting herself on the back and wanted to know, why he dissented and what his thoughts were on assault weapons. And he explained himself okay. I think he could have done better, but
can you distinguish as a matter of precedent? Again, this is all about precedent for me. Trying to read exactly what the Supreme Court said, and if you read the McDonald case, and I concluded that it could not be distinguished as a matter of law, semi-automatic rifles from semi-automatic handguns, and semi-automatic rifles are widely possessed in the United States. There are millions and millions and millions of semi-automatic rifles that are possessed.
Their head's
so that
about ready to
seemed
explode.
to fit common use and not being a dangerous and unusual weapon. That was the basis of my dissent. In a nutshell, the basis of my dissent was I was trying to follow strictly and carefully the Supreme Court precedent. And I know you've read the opinion.
You're saying the numbers determine common use? Common use is an activity. It's not common storage or possession. It's use. So what you said was that these weapons are commonly used. They're not.
They're widely possessed in the United States, Senator.
And this is where I think he could have done better.
They are used and possessed, but the question is, are they dangerous and unusual? They're certainly dangerous. All weapons are dangerous. Are they unusual? And given how prevalent they are in the United States, it seemed under Justice Scalia's test, and if you look at the majority opinion in McDonald, the same thing. I want to reiterate, the Supreme Court made clear that machine guns can be banned. Let me
speak to you. I'm talking about the Heller case. Let me be specific. Mm-hmm. And you specifically argued that it was unconstitutional to defend assault weapons because they are, to ban assault weapons because they are in common use. And that, I believe, was your dissent in the case.
Yes, and I was referring to some kinds of semi-automatic rifles that are banned by D.C. are in widely owned in the United States. And that seemed to be the test that the Supreme Court had set forth in the Heller and McDonald cases. In other words, if a type of firearm is widely owned in the United States. Now, whether I agree with
All
that
right,
test
so-
or not
Yeah.
was not the issue.
Yeah.
He could have given some examples. I don't think he's a gun guy. Do you?
I don't.
I think he might support it, but I don't know that he's an active. He shoots and stuff like that. Because he could have said
He could have said, "Well, of course, assault."
Semi-automatics.
Said and pulled the one out of his pocket.
Yep,
And said,
yeah.
"See,
No, he could have said, there's hundreds of thousands of people that use them for hunting and environment control.
Yeah.
They use it for self-defense. They compete with them. They target shoot with them. So that would add up to millions of people using those types of
yeah,
weapons.
whatever use means,
Right.
I mean, you use them.
Well,
to,
we were talking before the show about
use them to hold down your gun cabinet if you want. To me, I think that's use.
you use an example of a piece of art on your wall.
How do I use it?
How do you use it? But you use it by getting joy out of it. You could use it as an investment.
I get joy out of just knowing how many guns I own. Not enough joy. I want more of that joy. But I mean, I think that's use. I'm okay with that being use. But the point is, it shouldn't matter.
Yeah, and then
At all, right? I mean, whether they're used or not, they shouldn't be illegal.
no, as you said, what if nobody owned one?
They should still be legal.
They should still be legal. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the argument right there. And I'm not going to fault him with that. I would never want to be in that chair under those circumstances.
Not with all the scary protesters behind you.
With all the questions and bombardment,
Yeah, it's
bombardment
ridiculous.
and all the hate.
Yeah, I don't know why you would want to.
But that gets to Democratic Senator, I think, Booker,
Oh yeah, Cory Booker.
who there were some documents released, I guess.
Well, yeah, there were a lot of documents released, but
Yeah.
there were some that weren't.
Right. Some were considered maybe confidential. But Booker asserted that he released them. He's a hero.
He is a hero.
This is what he said. I'm quoting. I'm saying I'm knowingly violating the rules. I'm saying right now that I'm releasing committee confidential documents, and I hope that they will bring charges against us, and I am ready to accept with full responsibility what I've done.
Did you write this or copy and paste it?
I copy and paste it. Why?
Because it's accept and it should be it's the wrong word.
Oh, yeah. Accept. Yeah, I copy and paste. I didn't write it.
All right.
The problem was that they were released earlier that morning, and he knew that.
He had to have. Yeah.
Well, there are people saying that he knew that talked to him, and
But he just wanted to make a show
It's
of
just
it. And
all about a circus.
And now all of the media, and I mean, I looked on Twitter and everyone's, oh, you're a hero. I stand with you. You're a hero.
because they're ignorant.
Because you released emails, 4 pages of emails that really didn't say much of anything. And in fact,
We're not confidential anymore.
but his big thing is one of the emails, the subject line is racial bias. And it's implying that Brett Kavanaugh must be a racist because he sent an email with the subject racial bias. And in fact, the email says from Brett Kavanaugh saying,
I don't like it. We
I don't
should-
support
Yeah.
racial profiling. So it was about security after 9/11 and whether we should, do airport security based on
So it was
race
actually a
profiling.
positive use of racial profiling.
But he said, generally don't support race-based profiling.
Oh,
So I think that's
he
where
qualified it.
Yeah. So he's a lawyer.
yeah, but
They qualify everything.
Yeah,
They don't say anything for definite.
that's true. That's how they make their money.
I know.
Anyways, this is a circus going on, and with the real sad thing is he's probably going to get confirmed, and this is really all for naught. And this is their little 3 or 4 minutes they get to spout on whatever topic they
here's
want.
the thing. Cory Booker himself said before the hearing, I'm going to vote
Oh, yeah.
no.
Yeah, no
And
matter
now
what.
he's saying, we need to see all these documents so we can make a decision. You already said what your decision was,
Right.
so shut up. Yeah, it's ridiculous going on. Today was the third day, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there's any more or not.
I don't know.
Jeez. Neil Gorsuch, his was similar, but I don't think it was quite as bad. I don't think there were as many
No,
protests.
because
It's getting worse.
yeah. Well, because the Democrats don't want to give Trump 2.
He's going to get 2.
I think so. Boy, we're going through too fast.
Well, let's take a break. You'll really slow down our pace with that.
Slow it down.
With the question and with this day in history, that'll slow us down.
I actually worked hard and made them related.
We thought about doing the show in slow motion today.
But I was against it.
Anyway, do you have a trivia question to ask
I do.
now, Brian?
So we speed it up now. Who gave the Pacific Ocean its name? Pacific.
Like Pacifically, you want to know who?
I want to know specifically who it was.
Okay.
Who gave the Pacific Ocean its name?
It's a good one.
I'll give you a hint. It was named in 1521.
Specifically in 1521? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's just like yesterday.
Okay. We'll be right back.
Lock it in and rip the knob off. Red State Talk Radio.
My Parents Open Carry, a pro-gun kids book from White Feather Press. 13-year-old Brenna and her parents spend their day in typical fashion. But what's not so typical is that Brenna's parents lawfully open carry handguns for self-defense. And the Strongs join a growing number of families who are standing up for their Second Amendment right and bringing gun ownership out of the closet. Order your copy of this unique kids book at myparentsopencarry.com.
It's a bumpy ride through the political jungle with Nate and Brian.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 877-219-8770 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 877-219-8770 to take your call now. Call 877-219-8770. That's 877-219-8770. Again, 877-219-8770.
Whenever I'm feeling a little down under, I can always count on Nate and Brian for their interesting perspective on topics important to freedom and civil rights by listening to the At Odds Show. Nate and Brian cover important topics with insight, intelligence, and of course humor. I can always expect a laugh or two. So if you want to be informed and have a great time, give these guys a listen.
At odds.
The At Odds Show with the greatest political talk show hosts in history, Nate and Brian. And it's sad that they actually believe that. So give a listen because the delusional need love too.
Are you looking for some way cool t-shirts? Check out ChugDug.com. They have hundreds of crazy fun t-shirts like gun, patriotic, and you better believe zombie shirts. At ChugDug.com, you'll find quality shirts at a quality price. All shirts start at just $10 with free shipping over $50. Mention Radio 1 coupon code at checkout and grab a cool 10% off. That's ChugDug.com. T-shirts with attitude.
Do you need a car? Been shopping only to be turned down because of bad credit, low credit, no credit, bankruptcy, or divorce? Guess what? Today's your lucky day because now you can buy a car, truck, or SUV, just about any vehicle. It's true. Bad credit doesn't matter. No credit Doesn't matter. Bankruptcy or divorce, it just doesn't matter. As a matter of fact, your job is your ticket to your new vehicle. We're Auto Credit Express, and we've helped thousands of people just like you. Antonio H. told us, great company, got me connected, and the day I went in, I drove off in the car I wanted. 100% worth your time. Need a car? Get started now and drive off as early as today. Just go to 10ignoremyscore.com right now. That's www.10ignoremyscore.com. Auto financing the easy way. 10ignoremyscore.com. Get started today. Auto financing the easy way.
Hi, I'm Brian.
And I'm Nate.
If you like the At Odds show,
And we know you do.
why not order your very own At Odds t-shirt sizes small to 6XL in a cool black color?
So support our show. Check out the great prices at chugdug.com or head over to our website, atoddshow.com, and click the link.
And unlike listening to our show, you won't be disappointed.
Believe me, if I started murdering people, there'd be none of you left.
Yikes.
What? All right.
That's pleasant.
Who named the Pacific Ocean?
Pacific.
Specifically, the Pacific.
Yeah. Well, Pacific was by an old explorer in 1521. Ferdinand Magellan actually coined the term after he noticed how peaceful and
Well, we had some guesses.
Oh, damn it! What were some of the guesses?
Christopher Columbus.
Good guess.
The Indians who traveled with Christopher Columbus.
That's a good guess.
Texan Santorres. I have no idea who that is.
I'm not sure who that is.
I have no idea. Donald Trump. That one was close.
Yeah.
That one was pretty close.
They missed the year 1521.
Duke Ferdinand. Close.
Ferdinand, we got that in there.
We saw a colorized picture of him.
Sitting on an elephant he'd shot.
Sitting right on an elephant that he had shot.
1880s or so.
Mm-hmm.
Sadly, he wouldn't live another 25 years or so.
Because the elephant wasn't dead.
No, he got gored. What?
Is that the risk with an elephant being gored?
Yeah, I've read some stories. One guy got it right through his scrotum.
One of the
and his testes were splayed out on the ground.
One of the most gruesome things that never mind. Let's move on.
Okay.
Just bullfighters when they get it.
Oh man,
I love it. Okay, let's move on.
It's because you hate. You're a misanthrope.
Yeah, of
you
course.
You don't
I
like
am.
people.
No, I like bulls.
I better.
Look,
I
there's no
understand.
reason to stab them.
And that's no bull.
Huh. Okay.
No, you could make that a bloodless sport, but nobody would show up. I guess you could have them fight the bull, and you could tag them with
just a little bit of tape.
Yeah, like Velcro. You could put like a Velcro blanket on them, and you have like pin the tail on the bull.
Right. And you get them 10 times, you can just assume they would bleed
Actually, yeah. I mean, you could do that. You could actually have
the tail on the bull.
You could actually have like a Velcro, and you had like ribbons, silk ribbons with a Velcro thingy on it, and there would be points for different parts of the bull. You put your flag, and you'd have to work that out. But I would think around the head and the horn area.
Let's start a bloodless bullfighting.
That's not a bad idea. I bet it would catch on. Well, people would still bitch because you're using an animal for entertainment. But I think that the bull, has to die. I think is the way it dies. I don't.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I don't mind. I love hamburgers.
Yeah, I'll eat the bull,
Yeah.
but the way it dies is horrific.
I'm calling PETA.
I got him on speed dial.
I bet you do. All right.
This day in history.
So it was Magellan?
The answer was Ferdinand Magellan. All right. Now, I didn't realize this about Magellan, but he was Portuguese. All right. So, this day in 1521 or so, one of Ferdinand Magellan's 5 ships, the Victoria, arrived in Spain, thus completing the first circumnavigation of the world. The Victoria was commanded by a Basque navigator who took charge of the vessel after the murder of Magellan in the Philippines in April of 1521.
So Magellan didn't actually complete it?
No. And there was also, I'll get to this. But anyways, during a long, hard journey home, the people on the ship suffered. Remember, there are 5 ships, only one made it. They suffered starvation, scurvy, and harassment by Portuguese ships because even though Magellan was Portuguese, he was considered a traitor because he was doing this for Spain. So only the commander and 17 other Europeans, along with 4 Indians, survived to reach Spain in 1522. Now, during the voyage, Magellan, this is before he was, killed, and I don't know if he was murdered, because I'll ask you what you think. But anyways, he reaches the Philippine Islands, right?
Yes.
And he's only 400 miles from the Spice Islands, was where he kind of wanted to go. Magellan starts having a powwow with one of the local chiefs there, who converted to Christianity, and he persuaded Magellan and the Europeans there to assist him in conquering a rival tribe on a neighboring island. Now, nothing says Christianity like rape, pillage, and conquering, but what happened in subsequent fighting on April 27th, Magellan was hit by a poisoned arrow and left to die by his retreating comrades. Now, I don't know if there was a lot of love lost because there were several mutinies, and actually Magellan, I think, executed one of the mutineers, and it was a long time at sea, and things happen.
I'm not saying I don't believe the story that you just told.
Okay,
but I have a photograph of the deth of Magellan.
Yeah, what does it show?
Well, it looks like he's getting hit in the face with a pickaxe.
Ooh,
which is not a poisoned arrow.
No, I wouldn't think so. So was he murdered or was he killed in battle?
See, well, he attacked him.
Well, in subsequent fighting. So, are you murdered when you're killed in combat?
Maybe.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either.
It would be a homicide. I don't know if it'd be a murder.
He was homicided.
Well, he's definitely homicided. And he'd be dead by now anyways.
Is that it?
That's it for this day in history.
So much that I want to get to.
Really? We don't have anything. All right. California.
Oh, this is good. This is real good.
California's crazy, right?
Yes.
And they have a representative there, some woman, and she's been trying for years to get this into a law, but she wants to mandate that corporations have at least one woman on their boards by the end of 2019. And he's looking at the size of the boards, 1 for like 5 and 2 if it's a larger board.
After a few more years, like
after a few more years.
2019, by the way, Brian,
there
that's next year.
Right. At least 2 women, and boards with 6 or more members would require to have at least 3 women. So 50% women on a board of 6 or more.
Yeah.
There are some boards that are like 17 people. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's too top heavy. Okay, so the companies that failed to comply would be fined an equal amount to the average compensation for a board member.
And where does that money go?
To the government.
Mm-hmm. To fix the roads.
Excuse me.
So
she says, we feel that corporate culture starts at the bottom, and if women are left out of corporate boards, we lose their expertise and leadership.
No. Corporate culture starts at the top.
Oh, it starts at the top. I'm sorry. Where did I say bottom?
I don't know.
Oh, I know where that came from. The bill has passed the California State Senate and is now under consideration by the Assembly. All right. So here's the problem.
Oh, there's a problem with this?
Well, my note said this is a solution without a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Because according to a report just like a year or two ago by the Wall Street Journal, out of the Fortune 500 companies,
there's about 500 of them.
There's approximately 500 of some of the top companies. Only 12 companies out of those 500 don't have a female board member.
Okay. That's weird. That seems like a pretty low percentage.
I would think that's a very low percent.
500.
So
that's pretty good.
Divide 12 by 5, and it's like, what? Do some little
2.5-ish?
Yeah. The Wall Street Journal also reported that from January to May, women made up 31% of new board directors, now a director of the board, at 3,000 of the largest publicly traded U.S. companies. So it looks like they're already doing that. Why do we need a law?
We don't need a law. There's so much wrong with this.
And it's going to discourage companies to go to California.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, it's not like everything else doesn't already discourage it. But so
if it's not needles and feces.
One, I think this is, clearly unconstitutional, right? Like something about equal protection and those sorts of things.
Well, and you're telling private companies it's socialism.
And the second thing, you either are on the side of women are 100% equal, exactly the same as men, and so, okay, or you're on the side of women need special treatment because they can't make it without a law.
Affirmative action for women.
It's absurd.
And there's a lot of women groups and a lot of women that have come out against this.
Of course, because they don't need the help. Look, only 12 of the Fortune 500 don't have any female board members.
Right. That's pretty good.
I mean, I'm not saying that that there's not discrimination and that sort of thing, but we don't need the government to help.
And over 30% of 3,000 of the largest publicly traded companies have women as the director of the board.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So they're just looking for stuff that doesn't need it. I hate that kind of stuff.
I mean, plus I understand if you enact things you want them to happen quickly. The end of 2019, if you have to make a change on your board, I mean, it's just weird to force a company.
Maybe they'll have Consuela on there. No.
Just everything.
No. No, you're not here. That's pretty.
It's from
bad.
Family Guy, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Love it. All right, so let's move on. That's I get it. 40, 50 years ago, that would, something that they could talk about, but
here's the thing.
Now.
I think we proved from 40, 50 years ago that we didn't need the government to do it.
Right. It's happening. It takes time. I mean, they could only vote in 1920. Well, that's another thing. I'll tell you. All right.
Ann Coulter, a female.
Yeah.
She is the one that said that is exactly when emotion got injected into politics.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Well, of course not.
But only once a month. Oh. All right. Cop uses taser to make...
I think that was very insensitive, Brian.
It was.
And you should apologize.
I apologize for that. The headline was Cop uses taser to wake up a sleeping student. It was a resource officer in a school. So it's, the headline makes she tased a kid.
The loud noise was the kid next to him screaming as he tased him. Yeah. That'll wake you up.
Anyways, this cop, a female cop, by the way, was placed on unpaid leave after activating a taser. So what she did is she just, the crackling sound that it makes, because tasers can work both ways. You can shoot the prongs, or you can use it like a stun gun.
It kind of sounds like electricity. Yeah, like an electrical arc.
Right, so that's what she did. She didn't touch him with electric. She didn't. And by the way, they tried to wake him up. They said 3 or 4 people were shaking him, trying to wake him up. So I don't know what his issue was.
Was he okay?
Yeah, he was in a diabetic coma, and he died. But
where was he?
Well, he was at home in bed. This was in Ohio. Smithfield Police Department.
He was in a classroom.
Right, he's in a class. This is a resource officer there, and arced it, made a loud noise that other students... Oh, it said noise from the other students, and that crackling sound woke the napping student.
So it was the other kids screaming.
Right.
Don't tase me.
They're going to meet with the attorney, the chief is, see if charges should be filed against the officer. I don't know that she did anything necessarily bad.
Okay, so had she pulled out her sidearm and...
Fired around?
No. I mean, racked the slide.
It's not loud enough.
But if she had, would that be okay?
I think so. The thing is, they have a policy that you can't engage your taser, unjustifiably.
Okay.
She could lose her job. The chief said, "It's unfortunate. I'm disappointed." So I don't know. What do you think?
What should she have done? I mean, what do you do?
I don't think it's any of the police officers' business. That's a discipline and a sleeping issue for the administration and school officials. There was no public safety issue. You could probably let the kids sleep.
They probably wanted him to leave.
No, it says they just wanted to wake him up. So I don't think the officers should have been involved at all.
Yeah,
That's the problem.
I don't know.
Is the teachers rely on the police to do their discipline, and that's where.
Did he have a dog?
Conflict. Who?
Anybody.
I'm sure they all had dogs.
Okay. Are the dogs okay?
There's a cop there.
Those poor dogs.
They all died. All right, so we're going to move from mammals to reptiles.
All right.
You know Michigan has rattlesnakes?
I hate that Michigan has any snakes.
Really? I
actually
snakes.
hate that snakes exist.
Really?
Yeah, I think
they're cool.
It was a mistake.
They're a cool animal.
Making snakes. Absolute mistake.
Well, I think the Book of Genesis would agree with you. That's just,
There's a snake
in the story. A talking serpent.
I don't like it.
All right, we have an eastern Massasauga rattlesnake. It's rare. It's actually on the threatened list. And
turning out to be not so rare, Brian.
Yeah, I'm glad they're making a comeback. These were two sort of unusual circumstances. They're usually pretty timid. They're a smaller rattlesnake, and they're not usually deadly. In other words, they usually don't die from them. The most deadly snake we have in North America is the eastern diamondback. But they can get 8-9 feet long, and they can pack a lot of bad juju. So these were two Michigan residents in the south part of the state. One was Pinckney and Brooklyn. One lady was walking out to her shed kind of in a grassy area and got bit in the ankle.
Yep.
Said it felt like it was on fire. She actually had venom, was in the hospital for a week. She's walking, and things are much better. The second one was a lady stepped on the snake accidentally. But it was a dry bite. It bit her, but it didn't inject its venom.
It was more of a, hey, get off me, lady.
Right.
The first one was like, I'm going to kill you.
I guess maybe wanted to eat it.
She, a couple things. One, Pinckney, very, very near one of my favorite places in Michigan, Hell, Michigan. Actually got married there. Two, the lady that got bit there gave some very vital advice for anybody that gets bit by a snake, and that's to take a picture of the snake after it bites you.
Not a bad idea.
So then you can say, this is what I got bit by, and they say, ooh,
bad news. Bad. Oh, boy. That's a great picture, though. I really like that photo. It's great.
Second bite.
What was that?
This is the second bite in Michigan in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah,
so we're all out of anti-venom. Sorry.
And, the Department of Natural Resources is really unusual. This is the first I've heard of people being bit by them in recent time. But they might be making a comeback, although they actually think they're going to be put on the endangered list because they're getting rare.
I hope so.
Where I used to work when I was with the DNR, there was a local area. They're locally common, if that makes sense. There are areas in the state where you can go, and if you spend a day or two, you could probably find them.
Well, neither Pinckney or Brooklyn are far enough away from here
to make you happy.
For my comfort. I hate snakes.
All right, so we have a decision. Well, we probably have time, don't we?
Hate them. Yeah, we've got 6 minutes or so.
They're a pretty snake.
What do you want to talk about?
I like the Massasauga rattlesnake.
Yeah, no. Nope.
I think I saw one once. I wasn't sure. They like wetlands and wet, grassy, open areas.
I shot a snake once.
I wish you wouldn't have done that.
So what are we doing?
Let's do them both. I think we can do them really quick. So there's a lot of school shootings, hundreds that happen every year. Thousands, I heard. At least 235 people have been reporting. I shouldn't say people. It was the Department of Energy. What's DOE?
Yeah, I don't know.
Why are they doing this?
It gathered by its Office for Civil Rights. Department of Equality, maybe?
So maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, they're saying
we're well prepared.
2015 to 16, 240 school shootings were reported. At least
Department
one
of Education.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Wow. We are swift.
We're a little short on that education, I think. DOE, talking about schools. What's the E? I don't
know. I don't get it.
Well, I mean, it's almost Freudian, maybe, because public schools don't really educate people very well.
Maybe.
So. All right, let's go.
So National Public Radio decided they would launch an investigation to see what the real scoop was.
Which is bizarre.
Yeah, I know it. So they contacted every school that was in the statistics, right?
Yep.
And not all of them responded, but most of them. And it came back then more than 2/3 of the reported gun incidents never happened. Wow. We were able to confirm just 11 reported incidents, either directly with schools or through media reports. In the article, it states 161 cases, schools or districts attested that no incident took place or could confirm one.
That's crazy.
So the thing is, where did they get their information? How did they get their information? Was it biased in some way? I don't know. But I think they came down to like only 29. Oh, that was John Lott's organization said something about 235.
Which is, a lot less than the 235.
Right.
Crazy.
So you got to really be careful on what people
good for NPR.
Yeah.
You want to talk about Levi Strauss since that's in the news?
Real quick.
They're anti-gun.
So I was going to ask you, are you going to buy Levi's anymore?
No. Well, I'm going to buy as many Levi's as I ever have in my life.
You're a Wrangler guy?
Whatever they have at Walmart.
Carhartt?
Yeah. I don't know.
Walmart, yeah.
They might have Levi at Walmart. I don't know.
I get Husky brand jeans, yeah.
Okay.
I haven't had a pair of jeans in a long time.
So Levi's been anti-gun for a while. Last year or something, their CEO sent out an open letter that said, don't bring your guns into our stores. We're not going to ban them, but don't bring them into our stores. Now they're creating a whole new group with Michael Bloomberg, the Every Town for Guns Are Bad, whatever it's called.
Yeah, and they're going to create a thing. Every Town Business Leaders for Gun Safety.
So that's good to get because everybody knows that it starts with businesses. Businesses are really what shapes our society.
And they're going to start up Safer Tomorrow Fund.
Yeah, that's
put in $1 million over the next 4 years to guess what? Fund what? Youth activists.
Yep. That's good. And
I think Hogg will get a job with Levi Strauss.
And they will match the donations of employees that donate to a cause that aligns with their Safer Tomorrow Fund, which means anti-gun.
Strongly encouraging them.
And they strongly encourage it and encourage them to use they get like 5 hour they can do community service or something.
5 hours, and whatever.
They encourage them to use it for anti-gun reasons, basically. The only good thing that I saw is that they're partnering with a group. Shoot, I thought I put it on here, but it's to tackle gun crime in urban areas, inner city areas, like Chicago, the places that we always say you're worried about. I mean, we don't want any shootings, but you talk about the ones and twos, not the thousands every weekend.
Yeah,
hundreds every weekend in Chicago
and
places like that.
Thousands a year.
So okay, I'm cool with that. What I'm not cool with is the solution being to ban guns.
Right.
I would rather them let's fix the actual
ultimately
problem,
what they want.
Yeah. So Levi, terrible. I call for a boycott. It's not true.
We have what, a minute? What do we have left?
Yeah,
I could do a joke.
Oh, could you please?
Or I could do.
Why did Shakespeare do so well in school?
I don't know.
Me either. I think it was a myth that
that's a good joke.
I think it was a myth that Einstein was not good at math.
You think he was pretty good at it?
I think he was always pretty good at it.
What are you basing that on?
A report from his former teacher.
I remember.
She was on ABC last week.
No, I don't think she was.
In the nightly news. Tell a joke. You've got
Okay. This is all to all my attorney friends out there. Sorry for this. So an attorney dies young, and he stands before St. Peter at the Golden Gates, and he asks St. Peter, why did I die at such a young age? St. Peter says that they modified the rules for lawyers, and they're using billable hours instead of actual hours, and added that made the lawyer 178 years old.
Yikes.
That's one of my favorite attorney jokes.
I think that's
like any attorney's going to be before St. Peter. I shouldn't say that.
I
love you, Dean. Search and discover.